Hello YouTubers, and today I'm reviewing another Dalek, but this time it's a Product Enterprise Clockwork Dalek. Now what these are is reproductions of the original Clockwork Daleks which you got back in the 60s. So basically, if you didn't get one back in the 60s, or if like me you weren't born back in the 60s, you weren't alive yet, then pretty much this Product Enterprise Dalek, which was made back in 2004, is pretty much your only way. I believe it is an exact reproduction of it, and this is actually the bottom section here. Is made out of tin or some kind of metal. So is the midsection around here. However, stuff like the gun, the eye, and the neck bing sections around here, well, the actual black piece is actually metal, but the rest of it is plastic, so it's mostly metal but with some plastic. As you can see, the hemispheres here are completely flat. They're just painted on, and there's a little line around here to try and make it look like it's reflecting some light, though they are completely flat. This is a Clockwork Dalek, so we have the key in the back, which is removable. However, I like to keep it in, so you don't lose this key, and it is a very big key in the back, actually. From the front, you can't really tell. In terms of accuracy, this is pretty good. Obviously, these are flat rather than being three-dimensional. It looks like a movie Dalek, however, it does have the Hartnell gun, and these are different to the Product Enterprise guns. For example, here's a 6-inch Product Enterprise gun versus this one. It's a lot longer, the sections are more spread out, and it's got sort of an extra piece just on the end, just there. The sucker arm is extremely short. In fact, the gun is actually... No, the plunger is slightly longer, but barely anything. But the colour scheme is like a movie Dalek, but it's only got the thin base. This is probably because back in the 60s, the Dalek movies had probably just come out, and this was probably one of the few colour references, so they probably just coloured it in this colour. For some reason, this whole top section here is, and the shoulder section is completely round, whereas, not too bad, I guess, it's pretty good. I like the retro feel to this. I do love some retro feeling toys. Mine is a bit scratched on that. I got this off eBay for £20. So not too bad. However, I will say though, my one, when I first got it, the clockwork in it, which I'm going to show you in a second, didn't work, so I took it apart, which did take a while, and noticed that one of the cogs had come slightly loose. It just needed clicking back in, but that's a story for another day. You can see they've got the neck bins wrong as well. They're in the wrong position. A few Daleks actually in Doctor Who do have this arrangement, but it's just like, say there's a Dalek in the background and it may have the neck bins in that position. The dome lights are just white, and the eye is being painted completely white as well. So yeah, it's in the Moog Dalek cost. I do really like this. I'll quickly go through articulation of this Dalek. I keep moving the camera up and down. So weird size, I'll show up. But the gun is ball joint. It actually has quite a lot of movement, actually. The plunger, can stretch pretty far out, Pretty good ball joint. I think because the end bits here are very thin, so they could probably snap very easily, and the eye can go up and down, but it's always facing up slightly because that's as much as allowed. So anyway, to wind up the toy, you have to push in the key slightly, then you'll be able to twist it and okay, so I'm going to actually let this go. And it just goes off in random directions. As you can see, the head does actually turn with this, but if I just put the tripod up a bit, like this, and we'll do it again. I'll just take it behind the camera just to wind this thing up. But the head does turn, and this bottom section will spin round randomly. But he moves pretty quickly, actually. I thought he would go a bit slower, but he does move pretty quickly. And this is probably one of the few wind-up toys that will give you actually some credibility on, because it's a wind-up. It's a classic wind-up Dalek. It looks great. In terms of a size comparison, well, here's a Product Enterprise talking Dalek next to it, so as you can see, and here is a Character Options New Series Dalek, so you can see it's slightly shorter than that, not by much. If I just grab a Dapol Dalek, as you can see, this thing easily towers over a Dapol Dalek, so it's slightly shorter than this. This is probably because of the base on this one. This does have a thin base, though it is slightly short. I would say that if this is meant to be, a 5.5 inch range, this will probably be about 5 inch range. But it's actually a nice size, actually. Because I thought it would be a bit smaller than this, but actually it's a nice size. And it's just a nice little thing to have. I believe they are there's definitely two variants out there, because there is a one with a black dome as well. I believe that one may be slightly rarer. I don't know. There may be a third variant, though I'm not very familiar with that. But yeah, this is a very nice thing, and this thing, no batteries and that to go wrong. It's literally just a bunch of cogs. Hey, I do really like, and that is tin. That is tin, and let's clean him off a bit. Actually, this I wanted to demonstrate, the fact that he does have a little bit of muck, and that just give him a bit of squirt. And it's much easier to clean him off and keep him nice and shiny. That's a bit clean. That's a little ding just there. But yeah, if you do get one of these and the clockwork doesn't work, you can't just twist it. You have to actually push it in for it to actually start turning. So that's an important thing. You do that. But also, if you do want to take this thing apart, see if you've tried pushing it in and the clockwork stuff still is not working, like on mine. And what you have to do is remove these 4 screws on the bottom, and you'll have to get a very small flathead screwdriver to lift up all these tabs here, which is connected to the base. Remove the base, and this piece at the back will be able to split open, and then you'll have to undo a couple more screws, and that can just have a look. I mean, I was looking, just one of the cogs had come out of place because the head was still turning, like the wheels weren't moving, and it was just a cog that was slightly out of place. But it works. Anyway, that's it for this review. You're probably sick of me doing Dalek reviews and that. I just love reviewing these things. I do love Daleks, and especially more retro ones. I mean, this is technically not that retro because it's from 2004, but it is a reproduction, and it is the closest I'll ever get to an original 60s one. But anyway, that's it for this review. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.